What's going on, y'all? It's YB Cancer, spell it with a K, and I'm back with Vision One Media. And who we here with?
Pastor George Worrell. Yeah, Pastor George Worrell, that's me.
Oh, yeah, this is a real special interview, man. Tell me what's going on today.
Well, we're here today to connect with Mayor Khalid, Dro, and all of our other colleagues in the city. We really want to bring an end to all of this violence and everything that's going on, especially with myself and my colleague. He's over there behind the camera. We're funeral service practitioners. So we're the ones getting the young men that actually die. In fact, we have a young man in our funeral home right now, 18 years old, shut up in Buckhead. We're having this funeral on Saturday. So we're the ones that got to meet with the mom and meet with the father and meet with the family. And we're the ones that's not seeing these homies come and pay and check on it. You know what I'm saying? So
the same ones that they out here shooting and dying and killing for, same ones that ain't showing up.
I'm telling you right now, they're not. They're not. So, yeah, so that's our reasons for being here today, to kind of give light to that side of the narrative that's not really being talked about.
So you're about one of the most important people that's in here today, because the way I see it, whoever's not being put in the newspaper, who's not being put on the news, the ones we're not hearing about, you still see.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, they come to us. And again, a lot of these guys are passing away, jewelry, money. We got to do GoFundMe accounts. I mean, it's insane. So we want to see, and I want to give light to my boss man who passed away December, Terrence Rashad Dortch, the owner and founder of Dortch Williamson Funeral Home, along with his wife, Patrina Dortch. But he would have been here. So myself and my colleague, Mr. Cedric Aaron, we had to be here in his stead. Yeah.
For the kids who don't understand how serious this is after they take a life, okay, explain to them, how much does it cost to bury somebody?
We're talking about anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000. That's not counting burial. Burial is anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 as well.
So to the kids that's killing, you're leaving their parents in debt. To the kids that's out here playing with guns and getting killed, you're leaving your parents with debt.
Absolutely. That's what's happening. Yeah.
How many instances do you see where they come in there and they don't have the funds to bury
Out
their?
of 10 families I may meet with, 8 of them do not have life insurance. 8 to 9 of them are coming out of pocket. Yeah, they having to pay out of their pocket. There's no type of policy or anything. That's the travesty of this. So not only have I lost my son, my daughter, I don't have the means to bury them. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a real sad notion, man. So, I mean, what is the message that you want to give them if they listening right now and paying attention? What would you tell them?
Well, it starts with us. We got to make a change starting with inside of us. Caring enough for each other. There's an extermination going on amongst our own people, genocide. And we're helping the powers that be to take our own selves out. If I kill you, you kill me. They don't have to kill us. Right. We kill our own selves. And so it goes with population control, all that. We're killing off ourselves. We got to do better. So that's what I would say.
Okay, man, y'all heard it here first. Is anybody you want to shout out?
Shout out to Cedric Aaron, Patrina Dortch, again, my boss man, Terrence Rashad Dortch. Long live him. He passed away December 15th. But we carrying on that legacy one time for the one time. Dortch way, I ain't got my bow tie on, but that's what a bow tie means, service. That's us.
Okay, doggy. We shout out Vision One Media for us.
Vision One Media, they did it. They the hardest in it, man. Y'all rock with them folks on me.
Hey, man, y'all heard it, man. YB Cancer, spell it with a K. Vision One Media, we out.
Thank you, brother. You're a great interview.
How you doing? It's YB Cancer, spell it with a K, and I'm here with Vision One Media. Who do I have the
Chief O'Decade, a.k.a. Bob Johnson, Director of Juneteenth Atlanta Parade and Music Festival, the largest Juneteenth event in America.
Okay, Mr. Right. Bob, the biggest, huh?
Yeah.
All right, what you got going on today? What you here for?
Oh, man, we just out here for the community today. We got a serious issue with the culture of violence and things of that nature. So anytime there's a call out, we're going to be there and in support of that. So, networking. This is what community looks like, people getting together and around issues and taking action.
So you guys go around every time there's any type of motion in the city, any type of positive motion, you guys make sure you come out?
We always somewhere. Yeah.
So what you got? You got any message that you want to get the kids or the parents that's raising these kids out here?
Whatever you do, be the best at it. And be the best at it. Matter of fact, that's our theme for this year, for our event. There was a young artist named TJ Sauce Kid, and when he was, I'm not sure how old he was, maybe 9, he did a recording they called "Be the Best," best at it, best at it. So that's my message: be the best at whatever it is you do it to your fullest.
Y'all heard the man. Do it.
Do it to your fullest.
Don't hesitate. You got anybody you want to shout out?
Oh, well, you always got to give a shout out to the Most High, number one, and give thanks and praises for us to be able to do what it is that we do and be here. Always got to give a shout out to moms, the inspiration of my life, of course, and then just the community at large, whoever that is, man, we shout out everybody.
Facts. You give a shout out to Vision One Media for me?
Yeah, is that Vision One Media? That's who's interviewing us, man. We appreciate y'all for giving us an opportunity to come up front here and talk a little bit about whatever you want to talk about. So Vision One Media, man, y'all looking good out here, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Hey, listen, YB Cancer spelled with a K, and this Vision One Media. We out.
That's a short.
How you doing? It's YB Cancer, spell it with a K, and I'm back with Vision One Media. I'm here with a special mom, though. She wants justice for Devin. Can you please tell us what's your name?
My name is Kamisha.
Kamisha, can you tell us a little bit about Devin?
Absolutely. So, Devin was 17. He was murdered 15 months ago in Decatur, Georgia. His friends, or so-called friends, set him up and robbed him, shot him 3 times with an AR-15, and left him on the side of the road. These kids ranged from, it was 5 of them, from 14 up until 19. They caught the robber, but not the gunman, and they're too solid to snitch, as they say. So right now, no, we have not got justice for my son. They do have one guy, again, in custody. He has got banned twice on malice murder. They let him out the first time, and our home got shot up 6 times. And basically, the DA said the best thing you can do is move out of state. That's the closest justice we gonna get. But I beg to differ. God told me this year we're gonna have justice. Everybody gonna be down the road.
So, how long ago did this happen?
15 months, October of 21.
So you've been fighting this for 15 months.
15 months
And the best solution they have for you was to move.
to another state. Because the cop told me we're scared too.
And where part of Georgia is this?
Decatur, DeKalb County.
So what is the, oh man, that just messed me up. What is the message that you want to give, I say the police department, the judicial system that's handling your son's case right now?
To be honest, the lack of empathy and sympathy that I have received from the judicial system is sickening. To be a grieving mama, I have another 16-year-old who's inside, but I'm trying to keep going. I have 4 businesses. I'm going through PTSD because I was a gun violence victim in 2020. Somebody wanted my Porsche, so I was shot, and then the next year later, I'm burying my 17-year-old. And then I have other kids to raise. None of that is considered. None of the, just the lack of empathy you get from the judicial, and the best advice that you get is to up and move without any type of assistance. To me, it is absurd. I feel like it's so much black on black crime that does not get noticed. We don't get the same level if it was a cop that murdered a kid, or if it was another race that murdered a kid. When it's black on black crime and there's so much going on, it's like, oh, I was actually told I take on 16 cases a day. This is what a detective told me. I take on 16 cases a day. We don't have enough manpower. Like, when a detective tell you that, he said, we don't have enough manpower. We're getting called out to all these places. So where the fact, again, when the police officer got to the scene, she literally just handed us a car. She said, shit, I'm scared too. So I really wouldn't have an answer to tell anyone, but we actually going back into slavery where now they're not killing us, we're killing us.
And we're letting it happen. So then I guess the question would be, what do you have to tell our people, our mothers that are raising these children, that are doing all this violence and involved in all this violence? What do you have to tell them?
So I get this question. I'm going to be honest. I'm a 50-50 mom on this situation just because I live it every day. Fox, shout out to Fox 5. He's one of my interviewers. He covers my case all the time. And he asked my 16-year-old, how do you feel about guns now that you buried your brother? And I had to respect his answer because it's to the fact, he said, well, I definitely wouldn't want my mom to get another call saying her kid is dead. So I would rather have it than not have it, even though he don't have it. But I had to respect and listen to him and think about that, right? I know a lot of times people think it's where you brought up and all of this. It's not. We stay in 7-figure earners, have multiple business, kids go to private school all their life, so that's not the case. Unfortunately, you have to think about it. We could be standing here right now and somebody foolish come in and start shooting at us. You're going to wish you had your gun, right? So I had to think like that because I was like, why are these kids at the grave site with guns and you know, literally my son right here, we was in the mall and a boy just upped at him in the mall. So I'm never going to tell my 11-year-old to have a gun, but I definitely don't want to get that phone call again. So when I say I'm 50-50, I'm 50-50 because unfortunately this is real life, for real. And I teach them and I let them go to the gun range and learn about protecting us.
So we live in a gun state. So, I mean, that only makes sense because we live in a gun state. Everyone's going to have guns. Do you believe it? So you're saying the guns don't kill the people, it's the people?
Absolutely.
So to the mothers out there who's raising these children, like what do you think that they need to be doing or could be doing better so their children don't feel like they need to go pick up a gun to handle a situation?
My answer to this is going to be 50-50 too. I personally, like they say, you are around the company you keep. I don't hang with people that's telling their kids to carry a gun and go do crazy stuff. Unfortunately, the times have definitely changed. So 2023, your mom can be a judge. Your daddy can be a deputy. And they going to teach you the best. What family do not? I don't know nobody telling their kids to go out there and do knucklehead stuff, right? They going to do what they want to do at a certain age. I do believe it's the games. I do believe what they're feeding themselves and things like that. You really got to just have God. Like I don't hang around people that's gonna tell their kids, yeah, go get a gun, go shoot, go rob. I don't hang with people around that like that. If I don't think I can see a mother telling her kid to go rob or steal unless she got some mental things going on. But the women that I know in the sisterhood that I'm now in with the people and their kids, they wasn't parents. They were actually telling their kids, that was not your friends. Go to school every day, actually doing things to make sure their kids was a good person to the society and not a menace to society. But unfortunately, they still ended up there. I'm one of those parents. So all we can do as women and parents is keep God first, come to these different events like this and just say, hey, you have no friends. I literally told my son, you don't have friends. No, these my brothers, mama, these my brothers. Verbatimly, what I told him what was going to happen happened 2 days later.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things.
We have an intuition, and I told him.
It's one of the biggest things my mom used to tell me is I don't have no friends. The only friends I got is her and God. That's what she used to tell me.
And it's true.
Communication, you think with communication we could reach our kids better? So if our kids, when they got into a situation, they communicated with us, we could give them better direction. So you think maybe communication could be the answer?
Communication would still be key. I do think this new generation is a little bit different. I'm a colon hydrotherapist, so I'm real big on nutrition. I don't think we're feeding ourselves things. We're feeding ourselves things that's not healthy to the body, and I think it really does do something to the chemical imbalance in people, so they don't know how to channel their emotions. They don't know. A lot of times counseling in the black home is not warranted, so a lot of times they don't know, hey, I can go talk to somebody. Or if you that parent like me, I'm all up in my kids' business, you know, I everything. But every parent's not like that. If I could give a mother some advice, I would say basically talk to your kids about everything, like everything, sex, girls. Is this somebody make you mad? Bullying? Just be an open book. You don't have to be their friend, but the word already on their back. Have an open door policy with your kids. Yeah.
All right, man. So you want to give a shout out? You got anybody special you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out definitely to my kids for holding it down. Y'all have been through so much that the average kid has not, and y'all still Grades still good. We still holding on as a family, as a team. I do want to apologize that y'all had to experience this. It's not something that we foreseen coming, but you know how Devin was. We gonna get justice, and till we meet again.
Can you give a shout out to Vision One Media for me?
Absolutely, Vision One. This is amazing. Thank y'all for coming. Now, like I told Joe earlier, I reached out to every celebrity in Atlanta. I grew here, then flew here, and he the first one that actually stepped up and did something. Thank y'all for doing stuff like this, and I think this is how we reach the people.
Facts, big facts. Y'all heard it here first. Vision One Media, man. We out.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. It's YB Cancer, spell it with a K, and it's Vision One Media. Who we here with?
Next Level Boys Academy.
Okay, what we doing here tonight?
Man, so we are a mentoring organization, man, that focuses on youth and young adult males who somehow found themselves in the judicial system. So what we do is, if you caught and you charged with a crime or you're a first offender, we get involved with the case, man. We provide you an alternative to prison.
Okay, so you're actually helping after you made a bad decision.
With him. And then we got the ones before they get that.
Uh-huh.
So we are a prevention, and if you don't listen, then we're intervention.
Right. So what do you do? You do classes?
Yeah, so we do intensive mentorship, man, life skills, social skills. The main thing is conflict resolution and helping these young men with their anger, man.
So you're a Big Brother program, basically.
No.
Something totally different?
Mentoring organization.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm too young to be that big brother.
Okay. So exactly, how do you feel about, the kids and the gun violence?
Maybe we can ask him.
I feel like with the gun violence, it's just like some that just stem from like something that happened before, maybe with somebody older. But I feel like with the gun violence, it's fear, because a lot of people that have guns don't want to die or feel like, man, this person that don't like me or don't like the way I dress or the way I look, he got a gun. He gunning for my head, so I got to get a gun so I don't die. And so I can protect myself and so I can protect my mom. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like, is anybody thinking about the consequences after they go pick that gun up?
People don't think about consequences. A lot of times when people get killed, it's drugs. It's drugs involved. People crash out, losing their mind mentally. So they don't care about the consequences. They just like, man, this nigga whoop. I got to do it to him. I don't care about what's going to happen because of how he disrespected me or how he came at me. But really, you don't got to do that. You can talk about it. Like, that's a big thing that coach help us with, like being able to de-escalate and talking and walking away. Because, man, walking away, that save you, man. Walking away, that's what's going to take you home to your mom. Like, I didn't even realize that until coach told me, like, you don't think it's losing your mom going to jail? Like, yes, because if I go to jail, that means I lost it mentally. I let somebody defeat me mentally.
That's real.
When I could just walk away.
So how old are you?
I'm 14.
So he's one of the ones that's in your mentoring program, correct?
Yes, he is.
And you said before he makes a mistake, correct?
Before, yes, that's correct.
Okay, so how do you feel over here about this situation, about the guns, violence in Atlanta?
Being a person from back then involved with a lot of the gun violence, I feel like, just like they said, a lot of stuff could have been prevented. A lot of times, if I could have just walked away and thought about the actions happening before and after the things happen, a lot of things wouldn't happen. A lot of times we get so consumed in our emotions and our mental, our pride, how we feel like a world will view us. We just crash out. And to me, honestly, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I did 2 years in Wright Street. None of the friends I said I had was there. I still to this day don't talk to them. None of the females is there. It's a lot of times my family wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? You lose everything with that. You can lose your life behind this stuff, and it's all about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can't even remember the beginnings of all of the problems and everything, conflicts and all that. It's not that serious. If I would have just walked away or just went on about my business, I wouldn't even have been in that situation. So I feel like a lot of this is just unnecessary violence, unnecessary pressure within two people that if we knew how to get better with our conflict resolution, it wouldn't even be an issue in the first place.
So how long has it been since you've been in any type of trouble?
It's been 2 years straight. I haven't gotten any trouble.
So what kind of advice can you give to anyone, you know what I'm saying? Not even just a child, but someone your age or older. What advice can you give them? What are you doing so you don't go and pick up a gun?
I say, honestly, just think and breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that 1 second you take to either pull the trigger or just take your hand back can be a life changer. A lot of times I have anger issues, so a lot of times I just sit back and look at stuff like, if I take this 1 second to react, I could lose my child, I could lose my mother again, I could lose my sisters, I could lose coach, I could lose everything that actually matters to me, all from one emotion from 1 second. So I just advise people to just sit back, relax, and just breathe and just think about the consequences and the repercussions of your actions. Because every action has a reaction. No matter if you choose it or it just falls on top of you, it's gonna come. So just think and breathe.
How long have you been involved in the program?
2 years.
So y'all heard it first now. He been involved in the program for 2 years and he ain't got in no trouble for how long?
For 2 years straight.
Say it one more time.
2 years straight.
Man, I like what you're doing, sir.
Thank you, man. My man here, man. I mean, he's a success story because when I met him, man, he was incarcerated for 2.5 years in Fulton County Jail with no bond, and people don't really believe, man. He was facing 316 years in prison. So instead of this young man went to prison, the courts trust him with us. Now he's a great father. He's working. And he's actually one of our leaders in the organization who's helping us with these younger men. But I think what they're learning from me is, first of all, man, is she learned how to be a father, right? So I lead with fatherhood. You got to be responsible. But, of course, love wins. If you love, man, you're always going to win. But I think what we're seeing with so many young men nowadays is that they don't really have access to a lot of things. You know, there's churches who I think do a tremendous job. There are different organizations. But what we try to do is these young men have 24-hour access to us. And we just talk them off the ledge, man, and we lead with love. So we're one of those organizations that that's going to probably create the next young men to be the great fathers, man. So Next Level Boys Academy, man. Follow us on Instagram.
Y'all heard him. Shout out to Instagram.
Instagram, Next Level Boys Academy, NEXTLEVEL Boys Academy. Email address, nextlevelboysacademy.com. We're located in South Fulton County, and we work with young men ages 8 to 25.
Okie dokie, y'all heard it here first, man. Anybody want to shout out real quick?
I want to shout out you.
Okay, Vision One Media.
Work, man.
Give me a shout out. Vision One Media.
Hey, shout out Vision One Media, man, the best in the business, man. So they're doing a tremendous job. And you got to think about what you're doing tonight is you probably don't even notice it. You got two young men here who's probably never been in the cameras like this. So if you've created a whole nother experience, a whole nother avenue for a black and brown male, so you have to give yourself credit for that, man. Yeah, man. Keep up the good work, brother.
Thank you, man. Y'all heard it here first. YB Cancer, spell it with a K, man. Vision One Media, we out. How y'all doing, man? It's YB Cancer, spell it with a K, and I'm back with Vision One Media. And who I got with me right now?
Minister Server, transmitting live from the planet Earth.
Uh-oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. So what you doing here tonight?
Hey, listen, man, first of all, I appreciate you all being here documenting this. Is really important. History is told by those that document and tell their story. So I'm here to share the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace, which is a document that we presented to the United Nations May 16, 2001, to establish hip hop as an international culture of peace and prosperity. We use it as a tool for life strategies for our young people for nonviolent social conflict. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to share that information. Big up to Mayor Khalid inviting me out.
Okay. So Young Dro right now, he's a very predominant artist in his hood. I just want to know, how do you feel about him trying to make all these kids put down the guns?
Man, enough respect to Young Dro. He's really a role model, you know, for not only for the young kids, but for the artists as well. I appreciate his consistency. I appreciate that he has the passion to do what needs to be done. Hip-hop artists have a lot of influence, and I'm proud of Dro, the way he stepped up. He's also a part of the Black Man Lab, which I'm a part of. So big up to Dro with all the work that he's doing. No doubt.
Okay. So tell me what's going on here, man. What you got going on right here?
Well, you know, this is the poster of the Hip-Hop Declaration of Peace, and it tells a story of the people that are on it, but the real meat is inside, these 18 principles. And as I tell people, the posters to look at, but the document's the actual study. It's the vision of the way we want hip-hop to be in the future. So for those that are interested, you can always contact me via social media, Minister Server, MINISTERSERVER, and I'll send you a digital copy of the poster as well as the Word document. Because, mind you, we have to make sure that we present another way to our young people of hip-hop beyond entertainment. As we teach Principles over personalities, culture over corporation, people over profits.
Okay, y'all heard it from right now. We keeping it P. That's peace. All right? Peace, man. It's all about peace, man. So listen, you want to shout out anybody? Who you going to shout out?
Man, I want to shout out all the people out there that understand that rap is something you do, hip-hop is something you live. Big up to the Universal Hip-Hop Museum, big up to KRS-One and Temple Hip-Hop, big up to Hip-Hop Ministries, big up to Inspired Truth Center, all the people that are teaching hip-hop beyond entertainment. Enough respect to all y'all. Rap is just something you do, hip-hop is something you live. Teach the culture. It's our 50-year anniversary. Teach the culture. Word.
Word. Hey, you a shout out Vision One Media for me?
Yes, no doubt. Big up to Vision One Media doing a great job of documenting the culture. Remember, history's told by those that tell the story and document it. So big up to Vision One Media.
Y'all heard it here first, man. YB can't spell it with a K. Vision One Media, we out.